Rankin. It's all in your head. It's all in your head, Marcy Rankin.
You know, if you would just ask Tom to do the dishes. Men can't read minds, you know. Okay, Aunt Martha. You're going to miss this when they're older. Cute, cute. Mm-hmm. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and everyone else who is here for the unsolicited advice. When was the last time you received some advice that maybe was unwelcome or you didn't want to hear? Earlier in our marriage, there was a time when, it was actually just a couple years ago, we were sitting in our living room. Tom, you would not believe this article my know-it-all baby sister Mandy sent to me. Oh my gosh, it is so stupid. It's about how in marriage we make up stories in our head and how they may not even be true. Yeah. Isn't that dumb? Like, okay, I'll show you. I'll show you how stupid this article is. So it says to start with the story in my head. The story in my head is that when you come home after a long day of work, I feel like you don't even care and you don't appreciate me. You don't see all the hard work I have done all day, and I'm just exhausted. That's not exactly correct. Actually, I was just waiting for you to tell me what to do. Aunt Martha, you're telling me it's all in my head. Sounds like it. So this little experience taught me that this article that my super sweet, loving, and caring, thoughtful, now a doctor, younger sister Mandy sent me was actually something that I could use and apply in my life, no matter how much experience I had over her. That experience reminded me of another time early in our marriage when we were just newlyweds. We were preparing to celebrate our first year of marriage, and I had just found out that we had lost a second child. Within a couple of weeks after finding that out and going through that experience, I was handed orders for deployment with the Army. Now that you're not pregnant, you can deploy with the unit. I had to go through it on my own. I had to grieve that on my own. When we were there in the middle of Iraq, we had to fill up sandbags. Sounds really simple and easy. You've seen sandbags for the floods and the hurricanes. How hard could it be? Well, I'm not strong enough. I can't lift the sandbag. I'm going to be over here looking after the weapons. I'm not strong enough. I'm not cut out for this. I don't want to be here. There's so much going on right now. I just want to be home. And that's when Sergeant Langston came over. Sergeant Rankin, why are you over here and not over there with the others, filling sandbags? Staff Sergeant, I am guarding the weapons. I see that. The weapons don't need a guard. Well, Staff Sergeant, what good would I be over there? I'm not even strong enough to lift a single sandbag, let alone pass them down the assembly line. Sergeant Rankin, You may not be strong enough now, but you will become strong. What is the sandbag in your life? What is that limiting belief that's holding you back? That sandbag that you don't think that you are strong enough to lift up. Yes, Staff Sergeant. Because you don't challenge a Staff Sergeant unless you're feeling very brave. So I went back over to help fill those sandbags. And I was so slow. And it was really hard. But as each day passed, I became just a little bit stronger. Staff Sergeant Langston had no idea what I was going through. I'm not even sure he knew about the miscarriage. But the thing he told me about how I would become strong, one sandbag at a time, made more of a difference than I think he could have imagined. I didn't believe his advice at first. I didn't want to hear his advice. Yeah, right, like doing something more is going to make me stronger. By the end of that deployment, I was able to pick up and lift those sandbags and pass them down the assembly line just like every other soldier. It was the stories I was telling myself in my head. They weren't true. So what stories are you telling yourself? What stories are you telling yourself that could be holding you back and limiting your potential? The next time you find yourself stuck, when you don't think that you can take that next step and do that thing, just know that that sandbag you're lifting today is going to make you stronger tomorrow. And as my Aunt Martha said, honey, if you can make it through that, you can make it through anything. And don't forget to tell Tom to do the dishes, because apparently men don't read minds. Mr. Contest Master.